himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on, so Nurov in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani not very far apart at all here, but I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the out pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching. The Burger King machine's off into the grass a little bit there. Is that really bunching up now?
going down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it. Medeiros is going to toss it.
Haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We return for the BSC 10 round 2 Motor Speed. I am James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by one, the only Mr. Kenton Sportak here this evening, who's going to be on the board with all the knowledge, all the power, and tell us how this gonna go. It's a full flat circuit, smaller version of Daytona, but let's find out what's gonna happen. They've got 100 laps, stage break at 40, one fast repair to contend with here as well, and just to top it all off, they've got 4 tires in the pits waiting for them as well. Don't forget, guys, as well, Sunday to February 25th, 2024 is the Ambetter Health 400. So if you're anywhere near Atlanta Motor Speedway, for that upset on the Sunday. Tickets, adults $55 to $119. Kids are only $1. Or, but I love this one, for the bargain price of $114, get 1 grandstand ticket, an exclusive Q&A with Ross Chastain, who survived Daytona's absolute 199 lap smash up, a watermelon hat, a watermelon man hat, and a Ross Chastain autograph. So yours for 114 as well. There are tickets available for qualifying if you want to get yourself involved for qualifying on the Friday for the truck series as well. So check it out. It's a full action-packed weekend. I believe it's this weekend actually. It's February 20th at Atlanta Motor. I've spoke about enough. Let's bring Kenton into the booth. Kenton, yeah, he did. How are you?
I'm doing all right, surviving, getting through the days. You know how it is. I was actually that threw me off with a watermelon hat. I was like, wait, Atlanta and watermelon? I would have figured peaches or something like that. But apparently, it's actually a very popular industry in Georgia. I did not realize.
Yeah, that's because
watermelon.
Yeah, that's because Ross Chastain owned the watermelon farm as well, and a watermelon farmer, and everybody, watermelon man. He's got a watermelon fan base club as well, and you get involved with the Watermelon Man at Speedway this weekend. Which, do you know what? I think when I know that this is going off topic, but get back to it. But it makes you laugh that associate real life motor race drivers, well, NASCAR drivers, with something, you know, and Ross Chastain, although some people despise him, and trust me, after Daytona he wasn't very popular, he was flurrying. At one point, he was blocking both lines. It was up and down, up and down, up and down. So he's not the most popular man, but I think the fact that he opens up to the persona of being the Watermelon Man and embraces it. You know, he's a watermelon farmer, and that's what he does, and he embraces it, and he sits down, Q&A and stuff like that. I can't really see Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton doing anything like that. You know what I mean? And I think that's where NASCAR makes motor racing so different to other series like Formula One.
I mean, to be entirely fair, if Max Verstappen isn't on the racetrack, he's in his simulator racing. So I don't think he would have the time to be a watermelon farmer or anything along those lines, because pretty much he's racing 100% of his life, it seems like. Every time you turn around, he's in a race on either he's on Twitch with was it Team Redline, I think he's with, or he's actually at the track. Like, I'm sure right now he's probably wishing he was driving a sim rig, although he's, you know, because speaking of, well, it's probably today in there where they are currently, but you know, F1 shakedown and testing starts tomorrow. for us, Wednesday. We'll go with Wednesday, February 21st. That's when it starts. So I'm sure he's getting all primed up for that. But then as soon as he's done that, I'm sure he'll be right back in the simulator driving my racing, because that's all he seems to do. It's insane.
I don't understand that. You know what I mean? He's got a beautiful partner as well, you know, and I just don't quite get that. You know, Kelly PK is not exactly but ugly, put it that way. And I just don't get how she copes with the fact that either in the rig or he's on the racetrack. That to me, like the boringest relationship that you could figure out. But maybe I'm just being here as well. Anyway, let's get back to tonight. Let's get off Max Verstappen. Times a man is showing brilliance, and it's times a man arrogant. That's as much as I say on that one.
I have a harder time saying that he's arrogant. I think he's just Dutch. They're just very blunt.
Just arrogant.
Okay.
I used to like him, right? And I thought coming in, I was never a Lewis Hamilton fan, right? There's just something about that man, and I'm not saying him, but he didn't do it. Just wasn't there for me. I wouldn't sit back and think, "Ooh, Lewis Hamilton." It just wasn't him. So when Max come in and started beating him, I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And then as soon as Brazil hit and he pulled what he did on Checo, that was it. I was done then. I sat back and just thought, "You absolute arrogant," politely. So, and then that was it. I was finished. I had no interest in Max Verstappen whatsoever, to be honest. But we are in qualified here as well, guys. So we'll bring you up the best times. At the moment, it's Andrew Williams on pole position with Strada, Michael Stopner, Kuhn, and Witt with Kern and Almquist, Collicott and Murphy. Rounding out your top 10. There is a poll in YouTube chat. Don't forget, guys, over or under 5 as normal. And the pin message is there as well if you want to look at the live timing to see how your guys are getting on. Is fully customizable. You open up the live timing, go up in the top right corner. There's a little cog there that you can turn things on and turn off, whatever you want to have a look at on the live timing as well. So you're able to go. But I think if I get too much into Verstappen and Hamilton, we'll never get this race. Let's get this up and running here, Kenton, as well. Qualifying, 1 minute left. Dylan Quit's taking top. What do we know about Road Atlanta apart from it's full flat mini Daytona?
So yeah, it's kind of like a mini Daytona in a lot of ways, in the sense that you're full flat. The draft is going to be, again, one of those big things you got to worry about and try and stay in, because if you get left out, you're going to have a bad time. The biggest differences being, and you'll see this very early on, you can use the apron in they call it a quad oval, so it's not a tri-oval, as there are 2 extra corners.
Yeah, I just read that.
So it's kind of like Charlotte in that regard, having that not a rounded corner coming through the straightaway, because there's the 2 kind of angles that you can see to the left and the right of the start finish line on the map that James just brought up for everyone. Because of that, you can cut those corners really sharp, and we'll see it, I'm sure, with Rangi here. There he goes, right underneath. You can use all of that apron. They have been warned, if you cause a collision, it will be a penalty. But again, it is flat out, like you said. It is very tricky, because the banking on this track is insane for how short it is. Like, typically you're not seeing super high banking for a 1.5 mile circuit. It's usually in low 20s, maybe high teens, that kind of thing. This is a 28-degree corners. They are high banking on there. It's 5 degrees on straight, so it is a little tricky if you don't hit it right. It will send your car for a spin and cause a bunch of collisions and problems for a lot of other people that we're going to hopefully try and avoid, but we'll see how it all plays out.
I think that's the thing, coming out of the banking at 28 and then going on to the straightaway at 5. Oh, ouch. Jason Taylor will be your pole man with Dylan Critz in second, Andrew Williams in third, and then you got Christian Strada in fourth. Last week's winner, Rodney Roberts in fifth, Dan Michael in sixth, Nicholas Stockner in 7th, Thomas Kuhn in 8th, Derek Runge in 9th, Alex Witt 10th, Andrew Burrell in 11th, and Cody Kern on in 12th. Andrew Almquist in 13th, Deliver Collicott in 14th, Terry Murphy in 15th, Justin Kuhn, Noel Jackowitz 17th, Hunter Carlson 8th, DJ Spainhour in 19th, Brenton Kemmel, 20th. Joshua Beakey, 21st. Sizemore, 22nd. Hummer Brusso down in 23rd, along with Calvin Ross. Andrew Jamal in 25th. Sawyer Carr at 26th. Bradley Young at 27th with Steph Pegg in 28th. Trent Janik in 29th. Anthony Ray. Joshua Cooney 31st. Brandon McLaughlin, German. Sorry, everyone. My teeth want to do what my brain wanted them to do here this evening. I do deeply apologise about that weird random noise in the middle there as well. Let's go TJ and Brad, and then we got Lydia. Go TJ and Brad. Don't forget. Oh no. Spain out, TJ. Oh, wife. Okay. Terry Spain out, Senior. Welcome in this as always. Where is Mama? Come on, Mama Spain out. Where you at, lady? Well, I'm sure we'll see you in here a little bit. All these cars are getting on to the warm-up lap before we get this race underway. I'll leave that poll up for the first 5 laps. Actually, can't do that, can I? Because if I leave it up for the first 5, can we have a portion? I'll be in trouble. So I'm going to have to end that poll now. Well, as ever, YouTube chat are very optimistic here. And then we've got over 5, 8% and under 5, 20.
The only downside, you didn't say exactly 5.
No, I said over and under.
So it could be, yeah, but it could have been like exactly 5, and then no one gets to vote for that, which is unfortunate. But yes, it's a very tricky track.
Are we ever going to get this dead on? Come on, let's be real.
I did last week. I got it exactly. I said 8. We got 8. One was a stage break, but it counts.
No,
so
technically it does not count. Yes, as well. If anybody's watched the Daytona 500 this week, from yesterday actually, rain delay over the weekend, go and watch it, because I will tell you it is one of the most interesting 200 laps you'll ever see. And basically, all you could do was fast forward to a lap 199.
Yeah.
Chaos commenced.
Yeah.
There was another one right at the beginning, mind you. There was quite a big one involving, I think, cars at the beginning, round about, I think it was lap 6 and nothing. But other than that, it was green flag running up to about 199 bar stage breaks. We're going to get this up and running here as well. We've got Jason Taylor on the front row at the moment. The lights are going to be on. Into the start zone we go. And now we are up and running. And the Atlanta Motor Speedway 100 is a green here as well. And straight away, we see Alex Witt on that high line.
Yeah, Alex Witt seemed to have like an oddly slow qualifying. I don't know if that's his new strategy on this year. He just wants to go from, the back to the front as many times as he can. But he didn't have the strongest of qualifying, didn't have the strongest of times in practice. But we know when it comes to race day, he's a race time, I guess. He is a very formidable opponent, so I don't believe I'll be shocked to see him near the front at some point.
Hold it!
Keep it? Are we gonna keep it?
I don't know where it. No!
There it is. Yeah, that's gonna be yellow.
Oh. Caution 1 on lap.
Yeah, off
2.
to his.
Okay. No. I hope that was I really hope that was a manual call, right, and not a force call. You can see it there. What did we say about the apron, dear sir? Well, we said if they come up on the apron, they're going to be in trouble. Roberts wasn't on the apron. However, that number 41 machine did come down on him here as well. I'm going to go back a little bit. I don't like that, but it's probably finding where we go to. I think it was almost taken 3 wide between his one with a 41 and the 6. Robert in the 9 machine. Who came down on who and who went up into who there, Kenton?
It's hard to. It looks kind of like the 9 car came up mostly, but I don't think in necessarily a malicious way. It kind of looks like it's just a little bit of an unfortunate placement of the car, and that kind of caused.
Taylor.
I don't know. The 9 looks like he's kind of just going straight, whereas the 41's starting to turn for the corner, and the 9 just hadn't started yet. It's a tricky one. I think if anything, that's just a racing incident, and you move on, fix whatever damage you had, which I don't think there was really any damage there. It was a very light touch. No one hit a wall. I think for the most part, they're dropped to the back a little bit, but you got 96 laps to go. There's lots of time to build that back and get up near the front. It is NASCAR. As long as you're on the lead lap, you have a shot to win, as we saw even in the real world.
Yeah, Billy Cooper, I'm here. Hello, James and Kenton. Go TJ and Brad. At work, so in and out. That's fine. We were talking about my D500 experience this week. I took to the track on Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I streamed it as well, and I was optimistic, right? I thought, I've watched hours and hours and hours of NASCAR racing. What could go wrong? So, my plan of action, start near the back of the field. So I started at the back, and I was like, okay, here we go. So off we went, started rolling along. We were roaring. We got to 6 laps, first caution come out. I managed to get my way through the wreck, somehow got a 4X. Didn't touch a single soul. Not a 1B, but I went through the middle of the wreck and got a 4X, apparently. So I was like, right, I can do this. Not a problem. Moved myself up into 18th, and I thought I'm in prime spot. It will go well. And then it didn't. Next thing you know, 5 laps later, on lap 11, there was another incident in front of me where cars were zigzagging all over the place. I checked up and slowed up. However, the Australian behind me, who was 150 meters behind me, did not hit me in 5th gear. Did not even attempt to slow up. Did not even feel like he needed to. And boom, that was it. Mr. Parfitt's car was all in trouble. I was laps down. I thought I could do this. I've only got an 8X. I'm gonna plod on. I want to finish the Daytona. So off I went. By this point, I'm 10 laps down, Kenton. I think I was on lap. What was I on? I was on a lap 11. The guys up front were on lap 21. Next thing you know, we're roaring around. We went 8 laps this time, and I was, come on, this is the time. This is the time. And I went to go and avoid an incident. And this is when I sit here and express my feelings about people who did not hold the brakes, slid from the top side straight away across the track after the start-finish line. Boom. Put me into the pits. I gave up at that point and said, well, thank you, everybody, for watching my brief moment in the Daytona 500. I'm going to call it a day, because by that point, I had 12X and a car that would only go 160 miles an hour. And that was with a fast, and that was with all my repairs and optionals done. So let's get this back up on the way, and we'll carry on with this one as well. I was so looking forward to my D500, and I came away that depressed, that mentally strained. I even went and laid on the sofa and had a kip. Andrew Williams is out. He's busted away at the front here. Dylan quits and Christian Strada behind him in third and fourth, and then Dan Michael and Nicholas Stockner behind that. Witt settles in once more behind Cody Kern. We have dropped a lot of people off currently at the moment. They've opened up a little bit of a gap. I'm not going to say massive gap. We're talking NASCAR. It is not massive in general. But Kenton, that was my 500 experience. Didn't go well.
No, it sounds like, it could have been a little bit better, though I do find it very funny that the European spent his weekend doing the Daytona 500, whereas the guy from North America, I spent my time driving around the Nuremberg ring. I feel like we got our pathways crossed a little bit there, and one of us was in the wrong spot. Not sure who, but
you know what, mate?
That sounds like a typical Daytona, to be fair.
I've taken such a thing into NASCAR. I really enjoy it. I sat and watched the D500. Mind you, I did have to finish it today this morning because I fell asleep. I got into bed so knackered after yesterday. I literally couldn't keep my eyes open. Watch it. So I did follow that. I watched it, finished it off this morning, and then decided, well, let's watch the Xfinity after. So I watched that at the same time while I was working. But the thing is, as well, some things encapsulate you. You know, they captivate you in, and driving captivates me. And watching it, the movements last night in the D500 yesterday, incredible. Watching Chastain just up and down the lanes. He blocked 2 lanes for I think it was 4 or 5 laps, and he was just up and down, and it was amazing. Outside lines getting amazing pushes as well. But some things just excite you, and I've got a funny feeling this sort of NASCAR bug has kind of bitten me, and we only get it on one thing over here. We get it on an app, and I have to go and pay for it. You know what I mean? As per normal.
Of course.
But yeah, of course you don't get an app for free. That's going to show you NASCAR, right? But the only other good thing is on the same app I can watch the NHL. So I'm kind of in a bit of a miss at them. But there we go. Let's get back up to the racing. And we haven't got set form lines. We are set up more of a jigsaw puzzle format. They're just starting to settle down in pack. D all the way to Joshua Keefe, and then we've got Jamalin dropping off a little bit. Bradley Young, Seth Pegg, Sizemore, Roberts, Kuhn, Murphy's there as well. Murphy's down 14 places. Greg Sherman, Trent Yannick, Anthony Radel, and Justin Kuhn, of course, is still running. What are we thinking here in this pack? Are we thinking draft? Are we thinking got to stay with the cars in front? Not Pat Racing, you're going to be in trouble, because at the end of the day, it's all about the draft, I think, at super speedways and fast tracks like this one.
Yeah, 100%. They're going to have to fight to make sure they're in the draft. If you start losing that draft, you are going to fall apart. You can see the 33rd place car, I believe. I should have that. Who's that? That's Joshua Kuhn there. Or Justin Kuhn, sorry. You're going to see him get overtaken very quickly, trying to run by himself. And that's, just a cause of, as we see a car without a front bumper at all going into the pits there.
Unfortunately for Wizard there, that was Rob Sizemore.
Yes. That's not what you want to see, but it looks good.
Yeah, you can see.
Not functional, but it looks cool.
Hey, I don't think after D500 I've seen so many cars with duct tape on. I got to be honest, there was silver duct tape everywhere.
That was actually the funny thing. The only part of the Daytona 500 I actually watched was coming in, I think it was to the end of stage 2, and I can't remember the guy's first name, but Hill was his last name. He was leading, he ended up winning the stage, and he was blocking, the top and bottom lines really well and not causing a problem, just blocking exactly how you're supposed to be blocking. But then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, his car is blue and white. What is that huge silver chunk on the front? It was his entire right side of his front bumper was just duct tape. Yeah. I was like, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
When in doubt, duct tape it out.
Hey, you should watch the Truck Series on Friday. You want to see some duct tape?
I heard that was a nightmare.
Mate, that was that Truck Series on Friday. If you haven't seen that as well, go back and watch it as well. You will never see so many trucks with duct tape ever there as well. It was just duct tape heaven. Duct tape must have an absolute exclusive contract with the Truck Series, because it was on pretty much every car. They're trying to go 3 wide earlier on as well. There's a hangout on the outside. I think that's the 82 of Justin Coombe, as I said, was going to get lapped, and he did get lapped there. It was how he was going to manage it. He took it all the way into the wall. We got Dylan Kritz, Michael Williams, Runge Strada, and Stotner. Biggest mover, believe it or not, so far, up 12 places, is Brandon McLaughlin here. And if I was to remotely sit here and worry about where these guys are at the moment, I don't think I would be a NASCAR fan, because we both know he could be at the back. Like Wizard had said, he'll turn it around. He's got them right where he wants them, and that's Rob Sizemore a lap down. He is in the mid-pack. He's keeping up, so Wizard, I agree with that as well. KJ, welcome in. Let's go Noel and Alex. So Alex Witt and Noel Jakowitz there as well. So I think, although we cover qualifying, we don't really cover it, because we don't. I don't want to be rude. We don't really care about it, because wherever they qualify isn't going to be where they finish.
No, 90% of the time. No, that goes the bluey car with Rod Sizemore there. I don't know who was in that bluey car. Was that Brusso?
Brusso was in the red one.
In the red? Oh, I thought that was sorry, my fault. Oh, Brusso was in the blue. Yeah, he's the one that makes the bluey car.
Do you know what's worse?
Yeah,
that was Sizemore who just put Brusso in the wall. Sizemore was a lap down as well. Oh
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's what you want to see. I was just gonna say, yeah, because if this was an open lobby for anyone who does sim racing and is looking to do the new Atlanta track, which this one is, because the 2008 one was the one we had on iRacing for a very long time. This is the newest update to the track. Yeah, be first, because it will be a lot of crashes, as we see. Yeah, lots of problems going on. I think that's Bradley Young in that 89 car there.
Awesome. So it starts off here, and just watch other people come in. Kuhn and also Bradley Young They're checking up, trying to avoid it all. I've got a funny feeling Brad might just get tagged here. Oh.
They're just, nowhere to go once there's two cars in the middle of the track.
Do you know the
Makes
problem?
it very hard to get through them.
Yeah, the problem is as well is although Bradley got caught up in it, there was a little bit of movement from people in front. So he's checked up, he's gone through there, and boom, there he is. Hello, sunshine. You know what I mean? That's the problem, isn't it? Because for Justin Kuhn there, although he took a line, might have been better just staying on and heading straight down into the bottom where he was originally going by the looks. So I think for Young there, you see everybody else has dived off. At this point, I would be diving off as well. But I wouldn't be doing that, hitting him if I probably would have lifted a lot more. And then he just comes straight up after the contact. We're going to see Young in a minute. There we go. And unfortunately for Bradley Young, that was the end of that one. I think that's sometimes the problem that we witness is if I see smoke, they say you're either a proactive or reactive driver. Now, I'm a proactive driver. If I see smoke, I'm off the gas and I'm starting to work my way through. You know, as we talked about last week with my NASCAR race I did, you know, I was like Lightning McQueen, we through the traffic, on the brakes, off the brakes, turning left, turning right, because I slowed down enough to make my way through it. Unlike the Australian that hit me in 500, he hit me in fifth gear, mind you, and 150 smoke to look at. Why do we not do? Why didn't look at it and think, Justin should have slowed down? You know, the people in front can see the smoke, right? Or am I missing a point here that I'm not aware of?
No, not at all. I mean, it is, if you see a bunch of people diving down to the apron out of nowhere for no real significant reason, typically it's a thing that you usually want to try and follow. The downside is it could have been, the case of one person checked up and then dived low, someone else thinking that they were trying. So unfortunately there's like 18 different options that can happen when you see two cars dive low real fast. And, they could have been, the car in front of them brakes all of a sudden or checks up massively. So they're diving to get out of the way of that. Or it could have been someone having to check up and so as they're checking up, they realize they're not going to check up enough. So they dive out of the way, but they're still slamming on the brakes and the car behind them just is trying to get out of the way. And then if you follow, now you're going to hit into the back of them. So it's kind of one of those things where it's unfortunately without having a real spotter that can say, hey, ahead of you, this is happening. You kind of have to go off of what you're seeing. And unfortunately for Kuhn there, he was staring at the back of another car and couldn't see anything really outside of a couple cars diving to his left. So it's one of those situations where it's a 50-50 shot, and unfortunately for him, it just wasn't the right choice. But it's always hard to know 100% until the thing happens, and then you know very clearly whether it was the right choice or not. As we are back underway, ooh, a big jump out of Crits there as he gets a fantastic jump. It's not going to help much because unfortunately with sort of these super speedway draft heavy races, you are going to lose that time very quickly as the cars behind you have the draft and they'll pull them right back in. As we can see Dan Michael coming up very quickly as he drops down in front of Alex Witt, allowing Williams and I believe that's Rungi to kind of start moving there as we are back underway with the 21 laps done.
That deep at the moment here as well. We're also 2 portions deep as well. Let us know your opinions in YouTube chat about. Oh, come on, guys, not being rude. I want to get bed tonight. Put that. Oh,
who needs sleep?
Sleep's for the weak. It's not for the English.
You have countries to conquer. Come on.
Yes, let's take on everyone. I'm trying to find it. I've got a funny feeling it could be our boy. Offence there, dude. But where was you off to? Bradley Young. Bullshit number.
It looks like he just had zero grip going through there and just slid right up into the wall.
Now, I would agree with you, and I don't often bring people out to pasture, but turned up though. A little bit hard.
Did he? Because it looks like, yeah, he's going left and just, it didn't go left.
He already missed a corner though. That was the thing for me. He didn't start turning until after the corner. So if we're going onto the corner now, you go left.
Oh, yes.
Left.
Yeah, I think that it was a case of him just unfortunately taking, like, I think he didn't realize the corner was there, or he was hoping he was going to be able to slip up and get to the outside, but I don't think he was quite able, or his spotter had said, you're clear. Because I find the spotter is sometimes off if there's a gap, like a distance between two cars on the outside of you. It'll be like, oh, you're clear. So he might have gotten that call and decided, hey, I'm going to go high and try and run a tire saving line a little bit more. But unfortunately, he was clear for that next lane up, but not the second lane that was above him there. And unfortunately caused that a little bit there. But yeah, that was definitely on Brad Young on that one, or Bradley Young on that one. But
how many spots do you run?
Me, depends. I have two different spotters. So if I'm running a road race, I use the typical crew chief that everyone likes to use. For NASCAR, I have the what is it? The Jimmy Johnson cuss pack for iRacing. He gets mad at me a lot.
Yeah, I have too. I will run. I do NASCAR especially, and that racing. I will run the one out of crew. One out of iRacing. And don't get me wrong, there are times when they argue. Quite amusing. One will say I'm clear left. I go to a clear left, and the crew chief will tell me not clear. Don't go down there. You know what I mean? So I get that kind of mixture of what it I cover all bases. That slight delay, I don't really get that. I run two, but if I'm doing a road race, I will only run one. But I just find in NASCAR, I have to have both on. Goes wrong because one misses something, tells me I'm clear left and I'm down, and then spin, that's on me, close it up. So I run two. Generally, I've got all covered on that. That's what we've got to do. Pace car lights are off this time.
Yeah, I find in NASCAR it's harder for spotters in game because by the time they've actually processed what's happening and then returned it to say what's going on, it's already gone a lot of the time. So it just makes it a lot tougher that way. But yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes you just need that radar in that sense. Like I can't remember. I know there's a program you can get that'll tell you a radar, but I don't know. I stick with my SDK. It works well. It tells me I'm an idiot all the time. It's great.
Yeah. So I get it as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I do love Jim every now and then, who in a road race tells me stop. How can I put it? About, should we say, and get on with it. So I do love Jim. Kay has been optimistic and only 23 laps in. Yeah, we are going over 5 cautions.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that belief.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Pace car lights are in this time. We've got Williams, we've got Runge, we've got Stotner, we've got Kritz, we've got Michael, we've got Whip, we've got Strada. What's going to happen here as well? We're in past the Geico restart zone. I'm guessing it might not be restart zones this time around, because a couple of times on the restarts we have not gone in the restart zone there as well. Andrew Williams was just over the white line coming at the end of the restart zone, has broken away, but as we soon know, he will be back in the pack short.
Yeah, and you can see they're coming on that outside line very fast. Like you can see that, and that's that working together sort of aspect. As you see Dan Michael hop up to get behind Alex Witt, as they are more or less working together. I believe they are actually part of the same team. So yeah, you need to have a partner in this race 100%, or at least someone you can work with, or a group of people you can work with, much like kind of Daytona or Talladega, stuff like that. But of course, because it's so much shorter, you also have to be very careful, because one bump on the wrong spot can be very disastrous very quickly, as we see Williams almost give a little bit of a little bump to Runge that a little sketchy, as he was on a side instead of straight up and square where you want to be when you're bumping. But yeah, you can see Williams working, or not Williams, sorry, Alex Witt working very well with Kritz, as they were pretty much connected that entire way. And unlike actual NASCAR, they typically want you to back off in the corners, whereas in most NASCAR and Daytona, you'll see they're pretty much attached the entire lap. There's very little gap between those two cars for the most part.
I think it was the Truck Series on Friday where they weren't allowed to actually hook up, allowed to bump, allowed to back away. They were not allowed to hook up to each other. They did have to kind of back off. And that is what caused the first caution in 500, was the fact that one of them bumped and then he caught him down the straight like this, and then he bumped him again, but he didn't back away. He bumped him just on corner entry. And unfortunately, doesn't work. He shot to the right hand side and the left, right, and then he went across to the left and then stuck. So that was the first one, and then the second one, it was kind of same scenario, free wide. The middle guy bumped the guy in front on his rear right quarter, got him loose. The guy got loose, saved it because he bumped off the guy on the inside, and then unfortunately Nagano on the right hand side, well, was not as lucky. Well, if you watch it, you'll see some of the onboard driver hits. They are absolutely incredible. I was speaking to Kenton. There was one guy literally held onto his seat. He put two hands across his chest, held onto his seatbelt, was being bumped around in ball. Absolute insane. Hunter Carlson down here in 18th. Still got DJ in the right livery this week. Copperhead livery. 86 machine in 19th at the moment here. Cody Kern, Andrew Almquist, Kimmel, Guagara, they're all swapping around in that mid-pack as well. We've still only got the two lines. When do we think we'll break off into three? Do we think we'll get three?
I highly doubt people are going to be going through wide. It is a fairly wide track as we get a second, or our fourth yellow.
Oh, really well, yeah.
Looks like, yeah.
So,
I think that's Russo.
here.
Yeah, ideally you're not facing the wrong way on these tracks. It doesn't help very much.
Oh, him and Frosted Flakes Kellogg machine. 21, that was Radel. Radel, unfortunately, is a rough start. Involved tonight, he involved in was last week. Well, and poor Anthony Radel. Well, bit of a shock for him.
Yeah, he's had a tricky start, but thankfully long season. Lots of time to kind of rebound. I mean, heck, we talked about it last week when it came to Noel Jakowitz back when he was, what was it? Noel, what was his first name that he had on here? I can't even remember.
No, it was his surname.
Right, yes. But before, in that first season that we took over casting, he was very, very, very aggressive and involved in a lot of incidents, and then ended up almost winning the whole thing. So things change very quickly. I mean, and obviously with how long of a season we have this year, I believe it's 3 mini seasons within the whole season, and each one has, I think, 12 races. So you're looking at 36 races to go. Lots of time. So obviously we have a couple of pretty interesting tracks that will be coming up, so hopefully he's able to keep clean for those. But things happen. Like I said, it's, you know, he's got lots of time to kind of turn things around and have a little better. But yeah, unfortunately, these first couple ones he's been involved in a few touches.
Well, 4 so far.
The race.
4,
yeah, exactly.
4 over the first 2 rounds. Don't forget, guys, as well, if you like your NASCAR and you more, JPB are starting the NASCAR race on May the 4th, and I know 4th is we are starting on May the 4th at Kansas. I think it is the opening round. We've got 20 races, including playoffs as well. So if you want to get yourselves involved in that, head over to jpb.com, click on League Racing, find the NASCAR Community Cup, we're calling it, as we have multiple communities involved. There is some from the BSC, from Triple Bypass, there's some from Olympus Esports team, they've got a team there as well. So there's lots of communities getting involved for the Cup. Trophies for the championship winner trophies for the championship and trophies for the community as well. So, manager hold the trophy or it will go to the drivers. Early days, but the sign-ups are open. Can enter now, and you pay nothing until the first. Go. We've had sign-ups come through already, so something you get involved with, and you actually, I'd love to run. Sign up next. You can get yourself involved as well. Austin.com. Click on League Racing and you find all the details, including the calendar. Pace car lights off this time, Kenton, again. I see you doing some 100%.
I'm stoked. Everyone that joins gets an opportunity to be taken out by me, and that's always a good thing.
Well, there you go. That's something to look forward to. Kenton Sportak putting you in the wall as well. So be aware of that one once more. So, yeah, involved. Come and have some 100% race. Well, I'm expecting to see a Spain hour contingent. Spain hours, if you are in that, get your boys on it. Come and do our community cup representation. Well, get that. Got the open. Correct. Oh, I might not have done. But let's get this up and running. Dylan Crit's there as well. Broken away, and once more, Atlanta Motor Speedway 100. We are green, green, green. Let's see. Go a little bit further than what we have managed so far. We managed about 9 laps last time before we went lap 2, lap 72, and lap 31. This a little bit longer here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, we can get a little bit longer and kind of exist for a little more time under green flags. We do have 4 tires for this race, and I don't think anyone's actually taken any time in the pits because they just haven't needed to outside of repairs. But in terms of hopping into the pits for a quick little bit of fuel splash or anything like that, we really haven't needed to yet. So hopefully that happens. I always love green flag pit stops. They're just way more entertaining than everyone coming in under yellow. So I'd like to see some of those happen, mainly because I like the chaos. Chaos is my friend.
There's going to be chaos over the next 2 laps, buddy, because we are going to get close to the stage. Who's going to take the victory here as well? Who's going to take stage 1? Looking like, is it going to be Williams? Is it going to be is it going to be Taylor? It could well be either one of them front 5 at the moment, with Nick Stockner involved in that in the 124 machine further back. So this is where I'm expecting the free wide action. We've got the free wide action further back. We haven't got the free wide up front. It's 39. We've got 1 more to go before the stage break. 2 more to go, sorry. The end of 40. Who's going to get it there as well? Strada's in the mix. He's broken away from this free wide contingency. In there as well is Spainhour in the middle. He's 3 deep at the moment. Is he going to come through the field and finish in that top 10 that's currently being held by the Reese's Machine Estrada? But Michael's got to run around the outside as well. Is Michael going to be able to do it? Alex Witt has taken the front. Is he going to rack up the stage win here as well? By the time we get to this lap, behind him is Critz, Taylor, Kern as well. He's got him thrown there as well. The yellow flag is out. Is that stage? Are we taking that as stage? Or has there been some form of melodrama? I'm hoping early stage on that one.
I think it's just stage. I didn't see any cars that kind of tweaked off or were dropping drastically down the timing chart, so I think it's just a stage break.
Yeah, I think
it looks like it. Yes. So a great stage break win for Alex Witt, and like I said at the start of this, no matter where he seems to start, he's always in contention. So obviously him winning stage break is not that surprising, all things considered. He is a fantastic driver and always fast. I raced him in the winter there when we were doing the winter league, and it didn't matter if it was Super Formula or Gen 4, he was just winning every time. It's always him.
Pull our stage winner in. We're popping in the waiting room first. We'll let him get in the box because first in the commentator while you're going down the pit lane. So we'll let him get in there as well. Pull him in for a chat. Stage winner with Taylor Kern, Michael Williams, Rada, and then a Stockner Rungi off there. Well, he has stopped in his pit box, and we quick chat with the one winner, Alex Witt. Alex, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Congratulations on the stage win, mate. 10 points in the bag.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping that would go that way, but you never really know.
No, you never really know. Did you think you were going to get it there as well? Because Williams was looking quick and Chris was around you as well.
Yeah, I had no idea because I couldn't see that far back at where pushes might be coming from. I just knew that going into that last lap, I should probably side draft and try to go to the outside, so glad it worked out.
Yeah, glad it worked out. What's the plan for this evening, Alex, apart from trying to stay out of trouble? Obviously, we're 4 cautions deep, apart from the stage as well. We're only on lap 42.
Yeah, definitely staying out of trouble would be nice. Just getting inside the window and getting out clean. If we do have green flag pit stops, that'll get us most of the way there, and then if there's late cautions, just hoping and praying.
Definitely as well. How far do you think you're going to be able to go now as well? Are you full with fuel?
Yep, full fuel. But I think we'll have to pit in the next 40 laps if it goes green.
Don't reckon you can fuel save the extra 2 laps?
I don't know. Yeah, no, not that many, but maybe if there's a ton of cautions, but probably not.
You want me to get Jordan Malcolm to give you a call and let you know how to do it? Because he's an expert.
Yeah, he might be able to do it. Too bad he's not here.
Shame, really, as well. Alex, congratulations on your stage win, buddy. We'll let you get back. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. That was Alex Witt, stage winner here as well. We have had points after race 1, and at the moment, Zachary DeWale is out in front on 47, Roberts on 41, Kern on 37, Keith on 35. We haven't brought him up because it's not really essential at this moment in time, so we'll start looking at him after race week. Start bringing you up the scores here as well. It's not really something that we're really worried about this earlier on, but as I say, I can give a rundown of the top 10. It's DeWale, Roberts, Cody Kern, Joshua Sizemore, Devon Collicott, Quentin Kimmel, Andrew Williams, Derek Runge, Andrew Jamal, and Seth Pegg and Anthony Radel. The reason DeWale's out in top, although he did not take the win, got 34 in the race, but he got 13 off the stage breaks there as well. So he got 13 on that one, and he 47 altogether. That is why he is out in front. Joshua B. Keefe in the car at the moment here as well. As the pace car lights are off, you can see that incredibly steep banking here as well. And that is some high running. If you're running up there on foot from top to the bottom, I'll tell you that much. It's absolutely incredible. We're going to have the car in very, very shortly. There goes the pace car now as well. We're going to be up and running once more. We've got Keith out in front. Who's going to take it here as well? Is Keith going to be able to hold on? Past the Geico restart zone we go. Everybody else bolted there as well. The number 32, I believe, or 34, is it on the inside? No, it's actually Bradley Young, I think, on there as well, sitting in second place in that 89 machine. He went to go and he got a bump from the machine behind, and he's told to get on and get on and get on here, as there's a lot more bumping, but we're up and running. 44 to go here as well, and an incredible job. We did watch William Byron run up the banking at Daytona, and literally that poor young man, he struggled bad at the moment as well to get up the hill. As we've got Armand Brusso in. Yeah, I am not really surprised there, buddy. Bits for 6.5 minutes. So never really a good move for him on that one. 45 down, 55 to go here, Kenton.
Yeah, I mean, Brusso being sad, I'm sure just a couple extra gray hairs. You're fine. You'll survive. Or what little hairs we have left from what he's been saying. But yes, running up the banking on these tracks it's vicious. I came from running cross country in college. 8 kilometers in Alberta, which, if for those who don't know, very mountainous and very hilly. And I look at those and go, yeah, no, I'm good, thanks though. They are nasty to have to try and run up, walk up any of that stuff. I've actually checked out some videos of people doing the repainting of I think it's Talladega around the bricks and signing them and stuff, and just walking up to put up the new advertisement on the walls and things, and it looks awful. I would avoid that at all costs if I can. But yeah, these cars, with how fast they're going, that banking though, absolutely fantastic. Helps them maintain that speed, and that's partially why this track, when it was redone, they went to a much more aggressive banking, as we are 3 wide very early on after the stage break, and that's always not our favorite, because us as casters, we've seen a lot of 3 wides turn into a lot of pileups.
Yeah, we have here as well. We've got Williams and Stockner making a run on the outside. They're working together. Now in they go as well. It was obviously from last season with Stockner. It wasn't Williams. I can't remember. Involved in the conversation, was it? Controversy. Go or should it not? And there as well. But Stockner and Williams working well together. Calvin Ross in that 5th place at the moment as well. Calvin in 20 machine doing the job once more. As you can see who is where. There is Calvin there. Hometown Cincinnati once more. So you can see as well, some great action. Jackowitz, well, he's trying to make his way forward with the 52 machine. Trenton Camel, sorry, I'll get that right. I do apologise as well. And running all the way through here as well. 2 lines would have been favourable, but we've got kind of 1 long line and lots of jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, no, I think that's Bradley Young having a little bit of an issue coming through that the quad oval, sorry.
Right.
Not a tri-oval.
It's a quad oval.
The quad oval had a little bit of an issue there, but is able to keep the car pointed the right way and not taking anyone out. So, but yeah, this is kind of the problem when you get cars that are not really touching, or some that are deciding to take the apron and some that aren't, and kind of creates this.
Where are you going? Rodney Roberts in that 9 machine, trying to go up the outside, making it 3 wide. At one point, I almost thought 4 wide, Kenton, and that was never going to work. The Craigslist 23 machine, that's Cody Kern. He got a run up behind Jackowitz as well. Jackowitz up 12 places, up into 5th here. Lots of chess pieces being played here, Kenton. 51 with still 49 on the clock. Come on, boys, settle down, settle down.
We've got time, I swear, I promise. But yeah, anytime you see cars going 3 wide, I almost feel like we need to have just up in the top corner of the screen. I want to have like a heart rate monitor for James, and just watch as it hits 3, like they go 3 wide into a corner. Just watch it skyrocket. I feel like it would, just 100%.
It would all day. That's the problem, because I do get so square. I was so excited watching the NASCAR today as well that I dread to think when my heart monitor was on. Not gonna lie, it's kind of racing at great quality. Now the only thing I would love to see these guys do is settle this mid-row, settle this 12th place. Bradley Young is in the moment, he's a little bit further back, trying to make a way forward. But the problem is we haven't got, you can get there, it's not consistent. They're all over the place. And, we've got snakes materializing at the front. We've got gaps with Young and the 81 machine. Young, however, seems to be struggling. We've got Murphy there as well. There was somebody down on the apron at one point we've just gone whisking past as well. And I'm just worried that with the amount of sort of puzzling we've got going on, it's going to cause more drama. And I don't want drama. I want these guys to be able to race. I want them to be able to go with it, but they've got to tighten this up if they're going to experience any low line, high line, up line. No, can he hold it? He's not. Check up. Oh. No, you're coming.
Somehow we've made it. And I knock on wood, we're continuing. I feel like that almost became like 3 yellow flags in 1 crisp high 5.
Why are they running apron? And the apron is causing the problem here as well. Why would you run something that's causing more issues than it needs to be? Run round the track. Armand Brusso, I disagree with the message you put out earlier. Did not have let them run the apron. This is not good for my heart rate. My grey hairs are coming through on my beard, and it's all going a little bit Pete Tong in. Come on. Should have blocked that apron off.
I can feel the blood pressure rising
It's not
through
even,
the headphones.
It's not even funny. I tell you what, if I did have a heart rate monitor up right corner, I'd be spiking like crazy. Armand.
Well, I guess we know who we're bringing in on the next our next yellow flag. As Noel just goes sky high and connects with the wall, but he's continuing, so that's always good. But yeah, not sure what happened there. It looks like and it's kind of the problem if you're not taking tires and stuff. And I think during the safety car stop there of the stage break, most should have taken tires. But I think if you did not and decided to try and get a little bit of a bump in terms of placement, just being able to slide through without a little less time spent in your pit box, you might be feeling it a little bit right now. This track's not the best for tires.
I am confused, and I'm confused in a big way. We're sitting in a pack racing mentality. Why, Trenton Kimmel, would you try and go out solo on the high line, and all you've done is gone from the front of the pack to the back of the pack? It doesn't make sense. Spainhour's got friends around him. He's got Strada there as well. I've got to see who else is in this little booth with TJ. Sizemore, Strada, Carlson, McLaughlin and Young. They've all got people there as well. Young hasn't got help. He's riding solo at this moment in time. No way around him. He's got Carlson, but Carlson's 2 cars in front. For Carlson to help him out. One of the things that I did find fascinating, how much control the car manufacturers have. Young in the wall. Young in the wall. Wow. Did he go in the wall as well there, Kenton?
I was trying to see if he was actually tagged or if he just went, or if he lost it. Oh, that seems kind of sudden.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me get. So he comes in.
There we go.
That's Jackowitz. Put him in the wall. Young's going to come down, try and tighten it up. He's not going to be aware. Jackowitz going to bump in the corner. The wall, sir. Watch that. Look at that. Boom.
Boom.
Gee.
This is one of those things we can shout out, though. So you see those flaps for everyone watching at home. The flaps that come up are actually there to prevent cars from flipping. So they did their job there.
Definitely did. And out of all of this, I'm going to blame Billy Cooper, Mama Spainhour here. Hang in there, Brad. And at the moment you type that, poor old Brad ends up in the wall. So, yeah, Billy, on your job.
I mean,
I'm not taking responsibility. Yeah, no, I'm not taking responsibility. I
blame Brusso.
All right, well.
It's always his fault. Let's be honest.
Okay, well.
It's Armand Massey Brusso.
Where is he? Down on his pit run here as well. So let's get him in the box if you can find it. There you go, bud. Here in the waiting room. Gonna have a chat with a man who's got more grey hairs than I've got at the moment as well. Mr. Armour Brusso. Armour, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm not doing so great.
Oh, mate, what? 11 laps down? Is that not enough for you to catch up?
Well, race is over. The car won't repair.
What do you mean it won't repair?
No. I did 10 minutes of optional repairs, and I came back out, and my steering was 90 degrees to the right still.
Oh, man. How fast were you going?
Not fast enough.
My mate. I got a question. Why did we open up the apron?
Nobody's using it. I mean, people are using it.
They are using it. Seen a near off a melodrama happen on screen here, where 3 of them were on the apron. They were bobbing around like a duck in the busy sea here as well. It's horrendous.
The apron is our rule has always been: if you use the apron, it's at your own risk. If you come back up and cause a crash, you will be served a penalty.
Well, Ross has got evidence. Quite a few really close to it here as well. So what's the plan for you? You giving up for the evening now? You done?
Yeah, I guess I'm just race control for the rest of the night.
Hey, I do feel like you. Okay.
No, I'm not okay.
At all?
I could go for a cuddle.
We'll send you some just for men too.
Send you some
Get the
virtual
grays out.
cuddles. Whereabouts are you, Bruce?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Anybody's big old snuggly arms right out here now as well. Okay, so race control. Can you just do one favour before you throw a yellow?
No promises.
Let it play out, and if he ain't on the race,
I had to throw one of them, okay?
what is that? Because you threw it because you were in the wall.
No, the first one I threw because I couldn't see anybody, and all I saw was a car headed towards the wall. To be fair, the two that I was in were yellows. You can't tell me that those weren't yellows, James. I know you hate yellows, but those were yellow.
I'm not saying they're not, but look, I'm a brute.
No.
You know, look.
Sometimes I'm not the one that throws it.
All right, let's get this back up and running. I'm going to put you back in the booth, buddy. Have a good one, mate. I'll catch up with you soon.
Oh, good. Thanks.
We go, I'm a Brusso there as well. I do love having a chat with Armin. Kim O'Coon, Peg, we are running here as well. Damn it, I've got to ask him about the Geico restart zone, what the situation is, because clearly we ain't using it properly there as well. Unfortunately for Calvin Ross there, so you are going to go down like a rock. Went high, you are the only one up there, you have no friends right about now, buddy. So unfortunately for you, are going to struggle here, Kenton. Go out now. Peg's gone out with him. Give him a little bit of hand there as well. Peg's definitely got out with him. He's trying to go out into the wall. He was that close. Too wide at the moment. Ross is now off that inside. He's coming in the middle. We've got the 52. That's Kimmel there as well. Uh-oh. On in. On lap 6, 35 to go. Push it now. Push it, go for it. And I'm out. Oh! In the wall! There's an in the wall, it's Carlson. Wow!
Ooh, I see dragging. That looks like a tire pop too.
Keep going.
You can see the sparks coming out the back of them.
Yeah, keep going, Armin. Keep going, buddy. No yellow needed for that. Is Williams still got the 3 wide up? We haven't. We're back down to 2. This is crazy. We're not getting 2-line running, and I don't understand why. We're getting more zigzags. They're hurting each other. We've got Williams trying to take the apron on the exit of turn 3. I don't get this. I'm so confused. And I'm not a NASCAR entrepreneur, but I am a NASCAR fan. And that, from a fan's point of view, is crazy because Williams goes down and then comes up, coming straight up into somebody. And just stay off it. I don't understand. You're not gaining positions. You're more melodrama than it's worth. I don't get it. Well, run the 2 lines. Come on, boys. Help me out because otherwise, I tell you what, I'm going to need...
Well, we'll hopefully try to avoid that. I don't have a direct line to help you out if things go south and you need a defib. But yeah, as KJ says there, yeah, slithery snakes, and the way I always like to talk about is they're making baskets with how much weaving they're doing. But and this is the kind of the downside to having such a fast track but on such a short distance. Obviously, for a super speedway, it has to be about, I think it's 2.5 miles. With this one being about 1.5 miles, that's creating a whole other problem because you have to hold that line, but it is so much harder to hold that line while you're trying to turn sharper because the corners aren't as long and you're trying to stay out of trouble, and then the double turn of the quad oval aspect of it. It's just so many things are much harder with this track, and there's a reason that, well, I mean, in official races on iRacing, it's always a nightmare at this track on the new layout compared to the 2008 version.
I just think you've got to be mindful. For me, now, getting close to Runge, leave him alone. Let him run the line on the inside. There's no point, not worth it. Let him run his line. Now stay with him. Stay off the quad. Watch the bounce. They get that bounce automatically. Roberts goes high, and he doesn't go high on purpose. The bounce sends him up there. And then, of course, you've got the outside line of Cody Kern and Dan Michael, who all of a sudden got a flying Rodney Roberts who's trying to come up, recover from the bounce, and we watch it here. This is the problem. There is no real point doing what these guys are doing, because at the end of the day, watch Roberts bounce up as he goes over the quad part of the circuit. He's going to bounce now. Up he comes, but the others have had to go up near enough into the wall. Get away from him. I don't get it. You're just melodrama. It's like watching an episode of Baywatch, for God's sake.
Oh.
There's more drama in Baywatch than there needs to be. Unless you want to watch the front segment where people run along the beach. Oh! Mr. Jackal all day in the wall. And that is a 3 wide with Williams.
That looks like netcode.
Massive amount. Bro, absolutely.
He was nowhere near him, and it spun him. I'm gonna say that was netcode. Unfortunately, I don't think the second hit was netcode, but the first one, that's can't even blame Williams on that. That there was nothing he could have done. He didn't move. It just decided, hey, you guys are within, a meter of each other. Have a fun spin cycle.
Doesn't that then turn around and tell you that you cannot do what they're doing? And we've seen Williams run, and I've got nothing against any of these drivers, right? Please not sit back and think, oh, James, you're this, you're that. I've been in the steward's room. I've explained my conversation and comments before. Hell, I've had enough melodramas in my life to give me more grey hairs when I've been commentating, because I've then had to go and explain it to the drivers as well. When you wake up with 20 DMs from a driver who's going, you said this about me, you said that about me. Well, yes, we're saying it because this is what we're here to do. It's our job. And that didn't need to be taken wide. Know this area of the thing is it, right? We know netcode exists. So when you're running up and Williams is going up, that's the chance you take. Basically, at that point, iRacing turning around saying, hey, you're going to make contact, so we're going to throw it before it even. That was the problem there as well. It's for me, it's avoidable, and it's avoidable. That just no sense. I'm lost, especially when you're sitting on 30 to go.
Yeah, it's not the most ideal.
And over.
But it's for now. I'm sure there'll be more. We'll get to that. It's only race 2. There's lots to come. We've got 36. We'll find more rants. Trust me.
Yeah, you'll hear
for
more.
those who aren't. For those who haven't been here before, trust me, we'll get more. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do when you're getting netcode like that, and it makes it harder to obviously connect and kind of stay in your lane when the person above you isn't touching you and suddenly is spinning into you. But yeah, it doesn't need to be 3 wide with 30 laps to go. I know you're trying to make up space as quickly as you can, but not all the time does it have to be made on that first, out this far out. I guess we're 25 laps out now, but still, yeah, it also has a very unfortunate way with this track, and it's something we haven't really touched on, but you can see anytime someone gets kind of close to the wall, and by that I mean above that third seam, and you can sort of see, so for those who don't know, the seams are so where the 25 car is, you can see a kind of a line in between him and the 42 car, and then above the 42 car you can see another dark line. Once you get the whole car above that second dark line in the corners, the walls almost suck you in. It's very weird, and I think it's a combination of how fast the track is, but how short it is at the same time. So it kind of pulls you into that section and makes it really hard to kind of make anything move on that top line if you're constantly being kind of sucked into the wall. You're turning harder, trying to fight that off, and it can kind of end, as we just saw, not so great. So that's one of those things. It's not like Talladega. We're going 3 wide. You actually have the space for it, and it's easy enough to do because it's over 2.5 miles. Because of how short this is, it kind of sucks you up, and the closer you get, the harder it kind of pulls you in. It's hard to get off that wall. So it's one of those things you kind of have to be very careful doing. Otherwise, it's going to end like it did.
Problem is you're whacking draft off that wall as well. So got to be a little bit more mindful. The pace car is in. Dan Michael, Los Angeles hometown. Dan Michael in the 25 machine, and we are back up and running, and we are green. Michael Witt. Then we've got the 42 of Runge. He's being pushed along from Roberts, the first time winner. Last time out as well. I believe it first win here as well. So let's see how he gets on here, and he's going to wrap up number 2. We've got Josh Kuhn in the middle. He's got CJ Spainhour behind him in 14th. Now we're going down further. We've got Murphy. We've got Peg in there. Peg's got Collicott in front of him. So he's got a friend around him. Brad Young is unfortunately out. Brady's gone off and Brady's watching it at home. Got a lot more comfortable than driving in it here as well. And now we've got Runge, Roberts, Michael. These cars go whooshing right past our era. But there we go. Back, I did the message. Yes. Go up in. Oh, you reflected it.
I think that's Hunter. If I remember correctly, it'd be Tic Tac. I think that's Hunter. I could be wrong. I think so. Because I think that's also his Twitch name. So let's start some driver drama. We need some F1 style driver dramas. I think that's as we see Dan Michael go spinning out above there. Oh, and that's Calvin Ross doing a nice pirouette. Looks like actually Dan Michael just gets loose coming out of the.
Does he not?
Was it connected?
Never in a month of Sundays if you got loose off that one. I'm gonna watch. Are you ready? Guarantee that did not happen before. Gonna be contact coming. Ready? 2, 1, and Michael go off because Witt's going to bump him on the exit just about there, and off they go. Michael, take care. Adios. Loose all day.
Yeah, a little. Looked like he was trying to bump him coming out of the corner, and just unfortunately caught a little too much of the side as they kind of crossed over on each other. And yeah, that's unfortunately going to take out both of them, and then. Ooh, there's the 121 of Andrew Burrell.
Yep.
And then it looks like also Calvin Ross having himself a wee bit of a spin, and Brad Young saying, yeah, 36 minutes of required repair time. Yeah, that's a little bit of time. That's gonna hopefully be longer than the race, but who knows? At the rate we're going, you might have been able to do it.
Yeah, we're 8 calls in, so if you over 5, well done. I'm gonna have to start putting like over 10 or get that up. We got that high once, didn't
we? We had 19. Yeah.
Dover?
I think it was either Dover or Bristol, one of those two, and it was that was a long cast. I remember that.
Yeah, that was,
I ran out of things to talk about, and that's not easy.
Yeah, and I saw sunlight when I went to bed as well. And that was definitely. I think we had it that long. Well, it was, but unfortunately, that was Michael and Witt coming out the corner. Let's see. It's got to like stay on. If they do, I'll try and get a hold of a driver to have a chat to there as well. If they go off, we'll let it go here. There we go. Yeah, I hit that wall so hard. Oh my God. Earnhardt hard. Yes, sirree. Punched it like an absolute. There we go. Well, what more can we ask for here? With 20 to go. Kenton, what are we?
Clean? That's what I'm asking for.
Okay, now, what are you thinking on a realistic level?
Oh, okay. Realistically. All right.
Realistic. You're not in a fairy tale now, buddy. You know what I mean? Clean for this amount of laps will look to be like saying you ordered a unicorn in your bedroom. It's probably so mythical, you might never going to happen. Come on. First off, out of my James Parfitt to-do list would be, please get your blink sorted out. Worms and slippery snakes and more times than my nan knitting a jumper ain't happening. Not going to work enough for you there as well. So, yeah, get your lines done, eh? Let's have some of that first. That would be that's on my wish list, Kenton. What about yours? Which I need to go?
10 laps. That's all I want. 10 laps at least without a caution. That's all I want. 10 laps.
Okay, so if that actually happens, if somebody can just forward Kenton any form of lottery numbers, you can just pick them up. He's that wishing that much that we just hope we're going to get 10 laps here as well. And if people keep riding that inside line and bouncing up into that middle lane, if they close them up, unfortunately, it's never going to happen. Runge's bolted at the moment, and we see how quick will come back in. Williams is giving Witt a nice little push along there as well. We've got Roberts slotting in now. We've got a 4 and a 2 here as well. The front 4 up to Roberts. Now we've got Keith punching in behind him with Stockner there as well. Stockner, unfortunately, has got no friends out there at the moment apart from Joshua. Keith going to give him a nice little bump. Not Keith's on the inside. What about the 29 machine Estrada? How's he going to get on? Is he going to be bumping? These two have had a little bit of a ta-ta-ta history. There we go. There we go. The running. Bye-bye, Terry. Bye-bye, green flag. Bye-bye, we lasted 1 lap.
So I didn't get my wish.
No, don't send lotteries numbers to Kenton. No point, because you get a lap.
Oh, brutal. And we'll have to look back on it, because I was looking at 2 different incidences at the same time.
I don't even know who was involved in that, mate. I've got, Dan Michael again.
Was it Dan?
No, hold on.
That's the original one.
Shh, don't so Terry went off the side of the circuit, right? So that was Murphy. The 41, well, must have been well loose there, buddy, because you went off.
Oh, yeah, he's the one that actually is the making contact with Terry on that. Is that the 41 there? Yeah.
And then...
And it looks like someone else, though.
Stockner.
Is that Stockner? Stockner.
Stockner.
It's going sideways, and that's not the direction you want to be going with your car.
Now, remember when I said they had... These two had a little bit of... Well, Stockner trying to close off the inside over Seth Pegg there. Not going to help. Strada coming down on top of Pegg. Pegg didn't really have anywhere to go on lap 8. No,
and if actually
9 laps.
As that was starting, as Stockner and Pegg were coming together, further up, Terry and who's that 41 car there? That is Jason Taylor. As they were actually making their way through, Terry comes all the way up and smacks into the side of Taylor, which then sends Taylor kind of off, and he comes down and hits Terry. So a little bit on that one. Actually, more is on Terry than it was on...
I tell you what,
Jason Taylor.
I haven't spoken to this man. Well, I've missed the Daltrey bones of one Mr. Calvin Ross. Let's bring him in for a chat. Calvin, how are you doing out there, mate?
I'm having just a grand old time. I've missed your voice. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you very much. Happy New Year and all that. I know it was a long time ago, but we ain't spoken since then. So hope you had a good one there, buddy. All right, listen, can you go on team radio? Says James, turn around to the boys and say, look, guys, James ain't happy up here. We're 9 cautions deep, and we've got 16 to go. What's going on?
I think it's a combination of a couple things. This track can be notoriously hard to drive, especially for some of the newer people. When you get in a big pack, it gets unexpectedly tight, and it's 15 to go. People want to win, so I just think it's those combination of things. And
all right, that might
it is what it is.
Okay, that might explain caution 9. What about 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1?
James, that's like 6 levels above my pay grade. You're gonna have to ask somebody a hell of a lot smarter than me.
In other words, Calvin ain't got what's going on out there at the moment. You're just driving. Can we safely say we're going to go for a top 10 after you did do a wonderful pirouette last time out as well, Manu?
I mean, I think that's a good goal. Honestly, I'm not really expecting anything. If I get that, that's great. But, I wouldn't be surprised if I got up and caught up in something again like that, and my race would be over. So, yeah, it's easier just to expect the worst and be happy when you get better.
Yeah, rocking a new livery this season as well.
It was an accident. I didn't mean to choose this car, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Calvin drinks like a fish, Ross, on the front.
Yeah, it's a throwback. It's a good paint. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, all day, buddy, all day. Listen, I think the lights have come on, haven't they? Got off on the pace car. So as much as I'd love to keep up here, buddy, I better let you get back to the racing. I'll drop you down with the Breakfast Club boys. I believe that's where you was. Have a good one, mate. I look forward to seeing how you get on.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, all day, bud. Take care. There you go. That was Calvin Ross. Haven't spoken. Well, Mr. Runge is going to lead us away with Mr. Williams, Mr. Witt, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Boone. Top 6. How many more do we reckon we're going to get here, guys? We're on caution number 9. You all are breaking up, only hearing about every other word, or is it just me?
I hope it's just him.
I hope it's just him. Otherwise, he could have told us 4 laps ago. I don't know. Maybe it might be just for you. Not sure. Pace car lights are in now as well. Here we go with Runge there. Williams, Witt, Roberts and Keith as Runge bolts like lightning. Fortunately, he's going to be back in the pack very shortly. Williams and Roberts working on that outside line there as well. There's already somebody missing completely. I believe that might have been the 86. No, it wasn't Spainhour. Who's in the middle? It's the 8. Thomas Kuhn. The start there didn't get off the line, unfortunately. He up 23 positions, but unfortunately not high enough. Spainhour's making a move now as well. He's being pushed along from Taylor. Then we've got 34 of Crits behind him. And now it's all about the action up front. It's all about the movement here.
Yeah, and hopefully not too much movement sideways or laterally, because that seems to be causing some quite a few issues going on. But yeah, you can see Runge from Roberts right now, and those two seemingly working fairly well together. I think, unfortunately for Witt, but also at the same time, fortunately, that they have caught up now. He was a little bit left out to dry as Runge got a huge jump, and then Witt went, and unfortunately, I think it was Keith that was behind him did not get a good jump as we see the 29 of Strutter going sideways.
Oh, Bruce! Don't.
Hey, look, it's Calvin Ross. He called it. He said he was going to get involved in another one, and he did.
Yeah, he did that as well. Michael Young, not just him. Are we really cutting out? Because at the moment, everything going okay, my end, unless I don't know. What's going on here? Is it just me, or is it Kenton as well, or both of us cutting out? Because I'm a bit confused. Is it both of us or just one of us? Let me know here as well, because if it is just one of us, well, then it just must be an error on my side. Kuhn and Strada getting into each other. I think that's the safest bet. We can see that on the screen there as well. Is that a 3-wide situation? Oh, well, Kuhn comes straight up into Strada then, unfortunately. And then Ross tries to avoid it. He gets all loose. Boom, into the wall. And Anthony Radle's in there as well. Don't know. You were both clear for me. Thank you, Sean. Just James. Just you. Oh, dear me. So it's just me then. Well, hopefully it's cleared it up. I've taken off, opened up the noise gate a little bit because I didn't really want you to hear loads. But hopefully it should be a little bit clearer now as well as we're going to tend to go. If this has been happening all the way through, guys, you should have told me 70 laps ago.
I sound great, though.
Oh, please. KJ.
I mean, it was eventually going to happen that I would sound great. I mean, it's taken, what are we on, season 3?
I
finally got there.
Yeah, it took you long enough, didn't it? You know what I mean? God, Kenton and I'm going to tell you a story, Sportak. So there we go. James is in and out, but I can understand you. Lol. Well, that's a first. There ain't many Americans that can understand me, to be blatantly honest, and I don't mean that rudely. But Kenton, yeah, you sound great. Don't know, you were both clear for me, says Sean. So who knows what's going on here, Kenton, at the moment. But at the moment, we're in and out, and apparently you sound amazing.
I mean, again, like I said, it was eventually going to happen. Eventually, I'd get there, yeah. But it took a little while. But we figured it out.
3 seasons later, and 65 races, or however many we've done at this moment in time.
Exactly. Every once in a while a blind nut finds a squirrel, so that's all we need to do.
I was going to say something then as well, but I really did stop myself. Right, going into 10 to go. Welcome into the JPB YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, well, sorry, this is what you get as well. If you are here for the first time, don't forget like, subscribe. It's intermittent sound good now. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Spain. I was saying it only took me 90 laps to get there. But right. me. 90 laps and nearly up us 2 in the morning. Oh, blimey, it's only up us 2. I might get a bed early tonight. Come on. Check me out.
Look at you go.
Oh, I know.
It's
before 4 a.m.
almost 30 here.
Before 4 a.m. I am happy. Well, I'm hoping. We've only got 9 to go. We've got 3 green, white checkers to contend with as well. So let's not hope too much there, James, and put too much emphasis on you might get into bed once more. But yeah, very interesting evening of racing. And our last yellow was on lap 89. Oh, there we go. With one Strada and Mr. Thomas Kuhn. So there we go. Right, let's hope. Come on, we've only got 9, right? 9 to go. Come on, we can do this, can't we? Can't we?
I mean, I hope so.
Okay.
I would love to get through the last 9 with minor problems. Actually, no, 8. We only need to hit 8. Once the white flag is gone, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Do what you want after that.
Yeah, crash into whoever you like after that one. But listen, let's get to the final lap, where we don't see cautions here as well. Pace car's going to do in his inverted left turn very, very shortly there. As you can see, there he goes. Now we're going to be up and running. Let's see if we can get to the end now as well. The last 9 to go. 9 to go with 10 more cautions. Mr. Spainhour Senior, stop it. And off we go. Runge, Williams, Roberts, Witt, Keith. With Collicott rounding out the top 6 here as well. Oh no, I almost thought Keith was going to put Collicott into the wall then.
I saw that too. I had a little bit of a no, but no, avoided it. So that's always good.
K there in YouTube chat, I'm calling 2 more cautions. Well, let's hope you're not correct either. So, but let's see what's going to happen on that outside line. We've got Keith's got a push here. He's going to be pushing us as well. Roberts is going to go. Roberts nearly went. Williams, Witt nearly gave him a push. It nearly went. Now he's coming around that turn 1 into 2 again. Now we're bunching right up. They haven't got enough room to go onto that apron here, Kenton, because if they bounce up, they haven't got very far to go.
No, and coming into the side of a door, as much as door slammers are kind of entertaining and tank slapping and all that kind of fun stuff, once you kind of do that, it's going to cause a spin at this specific side of the track, and we don't really want that. Or I'll find you. I will. 6 laps to go. I will find you.
I'm in Canada. It's fine. I'm on my way now. He says there, Mr. Kenton Sportak. 6 to go. Come on, boys, you can do it. And if Mr. Spainhour Senior, if you've just cursed your son because nobody has put one thing in chat about TJ's from right at the beginning, and he's riding in 4th place up 15 spots. I tell you what, Mr. Spainhour Senior, if you have just cursed your boy, I'll send Kenton to find you. So there we go here as well. Oh no, he's in the wall. He's in the wall. All day.
But it wasn't. Oh, it's Calvin again.
Poor old Mr. Ross and Dan Michael. We almost got there. We didn't get there at lap 96. So there we go. Caution number 11.
Yeah, not what you want. Calvin, I'm pretty sure at this point is pretty much
he's given up. Calvin has just done enough. There we go. We saw him come off the wall. He then come down. Tapped in the corner of Dan Michael. Michael went up. Ross is sitting there going, no, not again. As he almost goes under Dan Michael. He had nowhere to go. Inadvertently lost his bumper that might pop back on at some point. Was that McLaughlin? It was. Then we got Ross, and then we got Michael. And then down on the inside, we got Sizemore decided it was a good idea to go into Andrew Enquires as they're battling away once more. I don't know. I don't even know what to write anymore. What are we going to put down on that one? Dan Michael and Brandon McLaughlin, wasn't it, were the main protagonists of that one?
Yeah, I mean, for my notes, I'm just going to say bad.
Okay.
So that's pretty much how it went. Just bad. It was all bad.
All right. Well, why it's going bad?
Well, we have our first green light checkered coming right now.
Yeah, we do here as well. We also have our first conversation with the man in 4th place. He's not going to bottle it here this season. He's going to go and take the win. He's going to push as many cars out the way like the battering ram that he is. Mr. TJ Spainhour, car number 86. TJ, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Well, I'll be even happier if you come and win this now, mate, because we're 11 cautions in. It's 2:30 in the morning for me, and I need you to go and take a win.
I'm definitely pushing for it. We'll see how we get there with the cars that are around us.
You'll be okay. Just stay in tight. Stay in there, mate. Stick your nose up where it's needed. You know, throw the blocks when you have to. You'll be all good here, TJ, right? That's what's going to happen, isn't it?
I'm gonna take that win tonight. I'm gonna try.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to let you go because I don't want to get you too nervous or anything going into this final free GWC here. Good luck. Please go and do it for me. Block as much as you possibly can, and I could go to sleep a very happy man.
I'll do this for you, bud.
Cheers, buddy. Take care. Well, there you go. I do love a good conversation when it's short and sweet and goes like that, Kenton, to be honest.
I'm kind of scared if he does win. I feel like I'm going to have to turn that volume on you down, way down.
I don't think you're going to be anybody else. And we will give you a decibel warning right now. If TJ takes the win, I'd probably turn the volume down. So just to let you know that this might happen. So TJ's going to go out and do it for me. Everybody there as well, just to let you know, that was just for me. In the YouTube chat, he did say he's going to do it for me, not everybody else. So please don't try and rain on my fireworks as well. Oh dear.
It's for me, okay?
Yeah, it's all about me, nobody else. Did you not know this when you watched the JPB YouTube channel? It's just all about me. Hell, the channel's named after me just for good health. So, there we go.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. James, how many coffees you drunk today? Not really sure, but I probably should stop. Right. Ready to go here, Kenton. What's going to happen?
Excitement and fun. That's what I'm calling at this point. Just excitement, fun, and chaos.
Oh.
We only need like a lap and a bit to get through.
There you go.
To
Look,
get that yellow or the white flag, and then we're good to go.
Terry Spainhour says, I deserve it. There you go. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to push my chair back because I can guarantee I'll be on my feet if TJ's at the front. So there we go. Right, here we go. We need 1 and a bit laps once more here as well. We're going to get this up and running for the final 3. The GWC is underway. We are kicking it now. We've got Williams, we've got Spainhour, we've got Keith, we've got Runge, and just for good health, we've got Robertson Peck here once more on this final run now. 2 to go. Can we get past this final lap? Runge's bolted out the front at the moment. He's got a gap now. Now that top line's working. Williams is going to give, Spainhour is going to give Williams a push. Here we go now as well. Now it's the top 2. There's a lot of bumping going on in that bottom lane. They've got literally one more corner. There's a back marker in the way. I swear to God, Brandon McLaughlin, if you do not remove yourself, son, I'll send Kenton to find you. Now we're going. We're going to break the final lap. We're going to break the final lap. Inside, TJ, inside. Oh, there's an incident.
There's a crash behind, but it's all good. We're still going.
Oh, it's going to... No, you need to push. No, push him. Come on, TJ, you got this. It's go around turn 3. Is he going to be able to do it? He's side drafted. He's not going to get it. I don't think he's going to get the run out 4. I don't think he's going to get the run. Keeps coming. There's a block. There's a block. Oh, no, there's chaos. Oh.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what's on that happened. Williams won. no, he's already gone round there. What's gone on after that? What went on? Oh, dearie me, we got to look at the end again here.
There's a few door slappers out of the 42 car there. Coming out, he made a couple contacts up top, and then he goes down onto Keith. That's I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
there's one.
There's
two, and then he comes up right into the.
TJ just says, "Well, enough of you." He goes and puts him in the wall, finishes 5th, coming over the line that way.
Yeah, you're not facing the right direction, but close.
Yeah, Williams was the only one who made that through unscathed. There's Wick. There's I'm with you on Rungy's moving here.
Yeah, that was a little interesting.
Yeah,
an interesting tactic.
Yeah,
because there's one, and then he comes up again, and there's that, and then he comes down onto Keith, and I'm not saying it was intent, but a little suspicious.
I reckon if TJ stayed straight here, he would have got the second. I know he was closing off the corner, but he wasn't anywhere near the line, so I'm not quite sure if he got loose at that moment, and it just went with the car, and then unfortunately he just did, and he only just beat Crits as well, so
yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Well, there you go. Did we get any donuts out of Mr. Williams? I didn't see any either. But then again, we were watching a replay, weren't we, to be fair? So let's bring you up the results for the race. I'm going to have to wait one more for me TJ get a win. But Andrew Williams is your winner. Keith in second, Witt in third. Rungy, a little bit of a suspicious 4th with Crits in 5th. Oh, he did pick Speenauer to the line there. Speenauer in 6th, then you got Robert Stotner, Kimmel, Strada, Jamalin, Radel, Murphy, Burrow, and Jakowicz rounding out the top 15. And then on from that one, you've got Sizemore, Calvin Ross, who, well, said he was going to be in it, so I don't think he predicted 3 after that. Jason Taylor, Seth Pegg, Davin Collicott, Andrew Onquist, Tom Kuhn, Dan Michael, that's a dent, with Brandon McLaughlin, Joshua Kuhn, Hunter Carson, Greg Sherman, and Cody Kern. Your final spots with Sawyer Gara, Brad Young, Armand Russo, Justin Kuhn, and Trent Yannick there at the back end of the field. Well, I don't think we can anticipate any more of an exciting ending, could we really? But let's see how the guys thought about it here as well. Let's start with the 3rd place man in the booth with us, Alex Witt. Alex, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good.
That was a hectic finish.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. I wasn't expecting to get back up to 3rd there after the previous restart, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in front of you. There was some door banging from Rungy into Speenauer and then Rungy into Keith, and you managed to weave your way through there, buddy, as well. Did you see the opportunity for the win, or did you think, I'm just too far back, I'm going to get what I can?
Yeah, no, after that previous restart and just not getting the push on the outside, I knew it was going to be a pretty far shot to win. But when I saw them fighting on that last lap, and especially when they went 3 wide, figured I might as well just chuck it into the grass and see what happens.
Yeah, you definitely did there. You also avoided the spinning Australian of Seth Pegg there as well.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy finish there.
Yeah, it definitely was. But overall, a 3rd place, giving you a nice little bump of points up in the championship. So that should be good when the results come out for you. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the Breakfast Club as always. Definitely didn't get the greatest result, but looking forward to next week.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, buddy. And we'll look forward to catching up and seeing what you can do next week.
Thank you.
All right, next up on the list here is 2nd place man Josh Keefe, who we caught mid-conversation by the sounds of it. Josh, welcome in, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I'm all right, mate. I think I've just had a coronary. I need a defib and just watched a crazy finish there as well. What was it from your perspective?
Well, I knew coming out of turn 4 that I was going to have a run because they were racing side by side, and I know I had Alex behind me, and I know he was he was coming quick. I knew I was going to have to use the apron to try to get some kind of advantage, and the 42 and 86, they hugged each other and came down on top of me there, and I think I took the 42 out there just trying to stay out of the grass, but I think he ended up finishing behind me, so that's good. But not really how I wanted it to end, but a top 3 any day of the week is going to be a great finish for me.
Yeah, we did question the actions of the 42 machine on that final lap as well. It looked
yeah,
it looked a little bit freaky. We're just going to see the run up into the line here as well. There was him coming up into TJ alongside you, so I don't know if they're going to look at that finish and maybe sort of see what the situation was, because
well, it looks like he gets into the 86, and then once he's done with the 80, I don't know. Racing at the end, everyone's trying to fight for any position they can, and side draft is a thing, and hey, we're definitely going to use it to our advantage. Rubbin's racing, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that we finished where we did.
Yeah, the problem is at this moment in time on my replay, I've got him steering into you here. So, yeah, I think that could cause a little bit of trouble there, because unfortunately there was there. But going forward for you, dear sir, a great ending to the race. Another nice haul of points that should probably put you possibly at the top of the championship coming out next week.
Take a picture, because that's probably not going to last long. We're called the Dust Mites for a reason. All right, we're at the back eating each other's dust, and we're trying to get our top 5s where we can. So hey, if it plays out that way in the middle of the season, and it'd be awesome if it was towards the end, but we'll just take the cards as they're played as we go along.
Yeah, I think we're not overly worried about points this early on. It's really just trying to accrue points, isn't it? Just trying to keep them. Get points where you can, and I think you've done a great job over the first 2 rounds of snatching, 35 in the first one, and what you'll get here should be 39, depending where you were on the stage, of course. But going forward, what is the Keith aspirations? What is the whole game of this season?
Well, last season I was happy with the top 15. I'm going to stick with that. If I get a top 15 and just have fun and stay clean during the race and don't piss anybody off, then it's a good race for me.
Well, if you could come into the booth and not use that fresh language, I'll be happy about that as well. Okay, buddy. Well, anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Just the usual Dust Mites and Armand, but yeah, that's all I've got today.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good one, buddy.
All right. See ya.
Oh, Rungy was turning there, Kenton. He was turning in hard left, wasn't he? Just say yes, because he was.
I don't need more calls to the steward's room, but
yeah, that was dodgy. Well, while we're talking about it here as well, let's have a chat with one Mr. Andrew Williams, who, he was sending it 3 wide all day, every day here as well. Mr. Williams, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Well done on your victory.
Doing awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely a fun time.
Did you come into today and think were you driving for yourself out there? Because there were moments when, and if you watch it back, please don't take my comments offensively, but you were watching it back, sending it 3 wide at times, which kind of put me on edge a little bit.
No, I mean, I get it. Yeah, definitely went into the race, I guess, looking out for myself. I think at Daytona I played really passive, really nice, and it bit me at the end. So I went in today thinking just, man, I'm gonna go for it. And honestly, Atlanta, with the runs you get, not every single one of those 3 wides was intentional. I know at least one of them I realized too late. Either I'm going to kill the guy in front of me or I'm gonna go around him. But yeah, chaotic race.
Yeah, it was there, and I think going forward, if anything, if you had this opportunity again, would you run this the same way?
No, honestly, yes, I would. I think at least the moves I made worked out. Obviously, it got me to the top step. Definitely. I mean, maybe a bit more cautious in the draft, but I think Atlanta is one of those tracks that just requires some hyper aggression to make it to the front. So yeah, I'm happy to fill the role.
Yeah, you definitely did, buddy. You did a great job as well, taking it on the final lap. Well done to you. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Of course, I want to shout out all my Orange Road Racing buddies. We got a few new ones this season who wanted to hop over to this league. Most of them couldn't make it today, but yeah, happy to have more friends to race with, and love those guys.
Yeah, well, if you could just all sort your name out in the SDK Drivers app, we would see your team name come up.
All right, we'll I'll talk to Armin. I'll make sure it works.
Yeah, because we don't know who's in what team at the moment. We're just putting you all under one because you've got orange wheels. So,
that works. That's a good way to do it.
That's it. Power of elimination. So there we go. Well done, bud. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to Vegas.
Take care. Right, I am going to bring this man in because I pulled him in the waiting room and I want to chat with him as well. Mr. Armin Brusso, league owner here as well. Big boss man, grey hairs all over the place. Armin, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm
doing okay. I'm over my issues. It was a fine race. Congratulations to Andrew on the win.
Yeah, can you when are we doing stewarding as such here this season?
I just did stewarding.
Well, I meant like post-race stewarding.
Oh, like you mean like penalties?
Yeah.
I mean, if there are protests and stuff to be penalized, there will be penalties.
Okay, well, it might be worth just having a look at the final lap there as well. As there was some
already have.
There was some questionable actions. There that even Kenton picked up on, and for him to say something, something's gone down, right? Because he's quiet as a mouse.
Yeah, I saw what you are leading towards. We'll look it over. We'll have talks, then we'll see what happens.
I do think so as well. But well done to you, sir. Going forward, right? We've had a chaotic 2 races so far with 19 cautions in over 2 races. Are we going to see a big boss man statement again?
I mean, I was happy with Daytona. But tonight wasn't great. But Daytona was fine. I feel like 8 cautions for Daytona is pretty tame for us. But I mean, tonight was a little sloppy. Atlanta's a tricky track. I want to hold my criticism till we get to a normal track, which we'll be at next week. So if next week is bad, then angry Armin might be around. But we knew the super speedways were going to be a disaster. They're just everybody's got a chance to win. So we want to get through them. We just want to get through them. Daytona I was happy with. This one not so much, but I'm going to wait before I throw down any anger.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be interesting to see there as well. Are you going to appear on track next week, or are we ever going to see the point of where you're just turning around going, I'm in race control, that's it?
I want to be on track every week. I pay money to be off for iRacing and the VR and the rims and pay for broadcasting. I want to be able to race. So I'm going to try to race as much as I can until it's absolutely necessary that I can.
Right, okay. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what you could do at Las Vegas next week then, buddy. While you're in, mate, you might as well give somebody a shout out. Anybody you want to shout out?
I just want to say thank you guys for doing a wonderful job. I want to thank all of the drivers for showing up tonight. I would also like to say hello to my lovely girlfriend Fiona. She's asleep right now, but just giving her a shout out. And thank you to everybody else who showed up tonight.
Yeah, you must give the wife a shout out, mate. Otherwise, it just make sure you can actually sleep in the bed and not on the sofa.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Right, Armin Brusso, thank you very much. It's always been a pleasure, never a chore. All right, we'll catch up with you soon, dear sir.
All right, thank you guys. I'll see you next week.
See you later. Well, Kenton, they're going to look at it. They're going to look at the ending, so we can obviously, preliminary results, should we say. Let's have the Kenton Sportak interpretation of the white flag lap.
Oh, yeah, you just want to get me in trouble is how that's going.
If I've been there, you've got to go
off.
there. Mate, I've been there twice already with this league, so I'm staying out of it. Go for it. Look, it was clear as day, right? We've just watched it back. let's be real about it. There was left-hand turn consistently. There wasn't any form of avoidance. Let's just put it that way, should we say? And I think at the end of the day, it's got to be, you've got to give it. You counted 2 incidents going up to this, and then there was more coming down, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. I mean, some door banging with Spainhour there, and then a couple with Keith as well. And I mean, it's racing hard. It's getting your elbows out, but unfortunately, it caused some issues. So let me finish. There's getting your elbows out, but then unfortunately, because it caused issues, I think that kind of starts stepping over the line on that regard. So it's definitely something that they're probably going to have questions or two about, but we'll see what Armin ends up doing or if anyone protests at all.
Well, I'd be surprised if anybody doesn't, to be honest, because for me, there's some blatant action on the left turns there as well. But I think before we both end up in the steward's room here, Kenton, I think we're going to round this one out here, because otherwise I will be in trouble and probably wake up to a barrage of DMs in the morning. But there you go, guys. That was an 11 caution run. We've had 19 over the first 2 races. Let's see how Las Vegas goes next week. Big shout out to everybody that has joined us. And please, 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 if we are having sound issues that we've not picked up on, please let me know. That would be amazing. Mr. Spainhour Senior, thank you so much for that one. Your boy was so close. He didn't get it. Maybe a couple of door bangs away, and he might have done there as well. Lydia, thank you so much. Billy Cooper, as always. Wizard, much love. KJ for keeping us company there as well, for coming in. Brad for popping in earlier on to tell us he's broken. Sean Atkins for coming into the booth. Much love to you all. But that's going to round it out here, guys, as well. I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Kenton Sportak this evening once more. And as always, please take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.